Good evening folks, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to do a review of Crimson Nun, the Crimson Nun Rebellion issue 1 by Indie Comics. It was released originally as a crowdfunding campaign, but the character itself is not new. It was originally created by Ben Dunn in 1995, and they released another you could call it a spin-off called the Crimson Nun Rebellion issue 1 that was released in 2024 as part of a crowdfunding campaign. So for those of you who don't know how to do these types of videos, I usually go through, let's say, a digital comic or indie comic, like an American, European, maybe a webcomic, manga from let's say 2011 till 2025, so present day, or in the case of Tales from the Past, it's an could be an American comic, European comic, webcomic, manga of let's say the 1960s to or even before that era till let's say 2011. This one falls into the second actually time period. How we break these videos down, it's pretty simple actually. Go to who the team is, who did the writing, the art and the letters, who was the original creator, and what happens next is we'll give a quick synopsis about the leading character, who's not the original Crimson Nun. That had another name that will be revealed in this issue. After that we do a quick breakdown, which is easy because it's a really fast-paced issue. After that, once the breakdown is over, you go to the good, bad and ugly, the cover, and what is good, we discuss the cover, and other things like, we basically put the plus and the minus against each other, what will cancel each other out and what doesn't cancel each other out. After we go to the final verdict, that goes from, let's say, 10 out of 100, that's a 1 out of 10, till 1 out of 100, 10 out of 10. So pretty old school rating. And of course, there might be things you might disagree with me about, especially in this issue, and that's the case, hey, no problem, totally fine, but let's try to keep it simple, you know. My goal of these types of videos is trying to bring back what Captain Through and other people like the Howler Mouses on YouTube try to do is trying to bring back they call it the old school times. I prefer to call it the simpler times. The days before the internet, where we could just discuss whether a comic is good or not, which character could be who, if there's a good balance between writing and art, between pacing, if there's if there's a good panel to page ratio, and those are discussions that I want to have, and I want to see more on YouTube instead of that eBaying for super chats and worshipping YouTubers and stuff. It's getting tiring. And of course, I didn't come unprepared because I actually made notes for this, 2 pages, in my Japanese lacquer notebook. So without further ado, grab yourself a cup of tea, some wine gums, whatever you or some Cheez-Its, whatever you prefer, or maybe a glass of whiskey, and let's get into the video. There you go. Where we give some background information to this version of the Crimson Nun, and the writer. In this case, the writing is pretty simple. This was done by Ron Fortier, artist by Jesse Thomas, and letters are done by Michael W. Belcher. I hope I spelled his name correctly. And the original Crimson Nun was created by Ben Dunn, who's also behind Antarctic Press. But we can give a little look into who this character is. In this case, what he does is give some background into let's say what they do here is, and it comes clear in the synopsis, kind of blended or connected John d'Arc. It's history or slash. You call it yeah, legend, whatever. And yeah, they connected to let's say a cult led by a Nazi guy. And yeah, the leading character is in this case yeah, Gabrielle Cosette, and you're about to meet her in the pages. And yeah, what basically here is basically backstory how we came to yeah, the connection with John d'Arc and the current Crimson Nun called Alicia Smith, and how it connects to the character of Gabrielle Covette. Yeah, the guy's also a practicing Catholic, so he's quite open about his views, etc. And yeah, we're going straight into synopsis in that case, because Crimson Nun, in this case Gabrielle Covette, is prowling the night looking for the unholy and supernatural and discovers a sinister plot to take out humanity, and battles a Nazi cult led by a figure called the Black Cardinal. Yeah, for those who don't know about Crimson Nun, she was first introduced in the page of the second Warrior Nun Ariada series, especially in the issue yeah, Warrior Nun Ariada Rituals in 1995, in issue 1. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video, in this case the breakdown. So before we go any further, this will contain a lot of spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, click away right now. So yeah, this is Paris on May 30th, 1431 AD, because I don't like the other version of yeah, like Ad Domine more than after Christ or whatever. So, and it's the last, here you see a fragment in of the last days of Joan d'Arc, however you call the name, I'm terrible. Where yeah, a corrupt, let's say priest, friar, monk, gives her yeah, lost body of Christ, in this case a piece of bread. And yeah, one of the guards tells him that she's a heretic, she doesn't deserve communion, sacrilegious, who cares, she'll only be a memory soon enough. So you see the corrupt church officials, etc., people of faith, typical things of organized religion. They weren't always as clean as they thought. They tried, during that time, they tried to keep the people kind of stupid. So, alright, let's go. Wasted enough time. The judges are waiting. And yeah, the priest says, go with God, Joan, and may you have mercy on your soul. So, which brings us to, yeah, this is the prologue. Because the day of judgment has arrived, and they're setting up the pyre to burn her at the stake. So yeah, first issue's voices. Like I already told, it was written by Ron Fortier, did the script, Jesse Thomas did the art and color, and Mike we is we called it way in Dutch. It was created based on characters created by Ben Dunn. So they're setting up the pyre, stake, and yeah, the executioners ask her, have you anything to say before your sentence is carried out? She asked Joan d'Arc backs the people who will eventually set her on fire to yeah, according to yeah, the tales and yeah, the history books. She asked for a crucifix, but they're unwilling to give it to her. So yeah, enough of this blasphemy. Guards, do your duty. Come along then, you heard the judge. They could have left us an open path. But yeah, one of the boys or girls, it's the altar boy in this case, from the nearby church of Saint Saveux, Beard? Saveux, however you spell it. I'm not very good at French. For her, please. He hands over the crucifix, and yeah, one of the guards or executioners tells him that yeah, but not out the goodness of his heart. Very well, give it to her. Here, merci, monsieur. Here for all the good it will do to you, my Lord and Savior. And she holds the crucifix close to her bosom, and that's the end of Joan d'Arc. The fire will burn for the next 10 hours. Shortly before midnight, the final chapter begins. It's going to make you sick. Hold your breath till we have her in the cart. She's all yours, old man. What am I supposed to do with it, huh? They said to throw her in the Seine. Here's your money. Now get on with it. So much for that. Let's go get a drink. Oui, mon ami. After today I could use several. I don't blame them. First I'll drink a cup of tea myself, since I'm yeah, not a big yeah, enjoyer of alcoholic beverages. Let's just keep it like that. And this English blend is perfectly set. So, which is ironic. So they throw her body into yeah, her remains into the water of the Seine. And yeah, the girl jumps after them, and yeah, they come across a group of nuns who are yeah, rowing their boat through the Seine and through the canals. And they grab her body and tells her, yeah, oh my poor child of God, what I've done to you. What now, mother? Now take her to a quiet place of rest. So they sail her away, and yeah, towards the Hudson River of New York, or 500 years later. Private meeting is taking place in one of the old industry buildings from what I see. And yeah, in this case, as you can see, a group of people who's having with ropes, part of an yeah, cult of let's say yeah, National Socialists or Nazis. About time, the Cardinal grows impatient. Then he hasn't begun yet? No, but soon. Now be quiet. Cardinal, the final acolytes have arrived. Excellent. Now, my brothers and sisters, now we can begin tonight's festivities. For too long our efforts to reclaim our rightful destiny has been thwarted by the Jews and the Christian brothers. But I tell you, after tonight, no more. After months of futility and with the help of our German ally, Agent Dietrich, we have finally captured the enemy on his so-called sword of justice and defeated her. All hail the Black Cardinal, they shout. Gentlemen, if you will kindly uncover our guest of honor, brothers and sisters, I shall give you Sister Alicia Smith, the Crimson Nun. So yeah, the Crimson Nun, the original Crimson Nun, crucified for their sins. So yeah, they all look in shock. Not so scary now, is she? Not so righteous in her campaign to destroy our master and his hood. So what say you, my love, my loyal acolytes? What should we do with this champion of God? Tell to kill her, girl or the know what, and they shout to kill her. Well, you heard them there, sister. My people have spoken. Go to hell. Oh, gladly, my dear. But not today. I sound more like a Scotsman than a German, but yeah. Here, take this and shove it through her heart. Farewell, Alicia Smith, aka Crimson Nun. It's been fun. But before he could drive the spear through her heart, he got shot in the back, through the chest. Who fired that shot? I did. What? And so she started. So yeah, here's the intro for Gabrielle Covet, if I am spelling the name correctly, and it's all guns blazing. I hope it's in sync with the soundtrack, which ironically in the industrial, let's say, yeah. I'm not sure if it fits, but I couldn't find another track that goes well with the pacing of the story. So yeah, I chose Katana by Carl Casey, aka Wildbat Studio, which is kind of fitting because she starts shooting and oh no, they're all dead. I don't understand how. Dummkopf, they trick you. So the bodies are dropping like flies. The Black Cardinal makes his way out of here and run like cowards. Then just stand there. Get me to my car. Now. I'll take care of this with myself, one of the gangsters tells him. So, with a machine gun. And yeah, the Crimson Nun, aka Gabrielle, she keeps shooting. More people drop. And yeah, the National Socialist guy tells her, I have you now. Gabby, Doc. And the bullet barely misses Gabrielle Covet. And she shoots the guy straight into, it looks like she's shooting in the chest, but it might have been his cojones. It's hard to tell from here. But yeah, the guy's dead. Thanks, John. Gabrielle, get out of my way before she kills us all. Should be so lucky. What the hell, woman? You were told to wait for us. If I would, she would be dead. What? So yeah, she's willing to cross boundaries that true heroes are not willing to cross. I mean, she has no problem with killing. There's an explanation for that. Oh my god, Alicia. Sisters, help her. So the nuns and yeah. The guy, Joan, the Afro-American guy, they come to the rescue. I had to scroll back for a bit. And yeah. Alicia, hold on. We'll get you down from here. There, so Alicia Smith. Father, we can use the spear to pry the spear tip to pry the nails out. Yes, I'll take care of that. Two of you stand in front of to catch her. Yes, father, of course. So yeah, Gabrielle Covet, she grabs another weapon and loads it. The guy is yeah, he's lying on the ground. It's a little more, Alicia. She puts another round of bullets in it. As Joan and the nuns rescue Alicia Smith, the original Crimson Nun. So what do you do now, Fraulein? Well, holy sister, you can't shoot me. Or says we must get her to the chapel. So yeah, Alicia Smith is yeah, obviously weakened, and yeah, with Joan they carry her to the chapel to heal her wounds. But yeah, the guy, it's not the Black Cardinal. So what do you do now, Fraulein? Your holy says you can't shoot me. Well, here comes a plot twist, and yeah, it's not entirely unexpected, but yeah. So mein Herr, someone lied to you. Just a true woman of God, holy sister or woman of God. You she would never shoot someone like that in cold blood. But turns out that Gabriel Covet is not a nun. And boom. The bullet flies and the light goes out. And so ends the story. See here is who the Crimson Nun is. I already explained it a bit. She was first introduced in the page of the second Warrior Nun Ayala series called Warrior Nun Ayala Rituals and appeared in issue 1 way back in 1995. She was introduced as a pulp vision of Warrior Nun whose adventure started in the 1930s and ending in World War II. So yeah, all in all I could say great entry point into the older stuff while doing something new with it. And there's more issues. The Crimson Nun by Antarctic Press. Not sure if they're still available, but yeah. It's not bad looking. And there's some fan art on the back. Beautiful. It's more my type of art. Which brings us to the first page. Because we're going to, after I drink this sip of tea, we're going to the good, bad and the ugly. Well, the first good thing is, well, I don't have to explain anything about the cover. The cover looks excellent, it's threatening, and yeah, it really sets the tone for the story. It's just, yeah, badass. Excellent writing. I think Ron Fortier did an amazing job on this. He absolutely, I'll get to that later. Decent art, not entirely my cup of tea. I've seen it before, but there's a decent balance between writing and art, and it's fast paced. Good names, fitting of the characters as well. The incorporation of Joan d'Arc's history and connecting it to, yeah, let's say a cult led by a crazy Nazi guy is, yeah, it's a different take, one that I like. It's an interesting take on the Nazi villains that have been milked to death, and ends with a bang and a nice cliffhanger. Yeah, and like I said, the only bad thing I could say about this is Nazi villains and arcs have been milked to death, but this one is good, it's different. And yeah, the art style is not entirely my thing, but the writing is good and if not better than the art. And like I said, I'd rather read a comic book with, let's say, a little less quality, less realistic art style than, let's say, with good writing like this, than yeah, one with terrible writing and good art. For example, with certain, let's say, crowdfunded titles and Image in that case from the 90s. So that brings us to the final verdict, and that is, like I said, writing is excellent. I think Ron Fortier absolutely nailed it. It's a 90 out of 100 for writing. But in the art, I have to be honest, I wasn't entirely a fan of the art style. I liked it at the beginning, but yeah, some things could have been done better, in my opinion. Or some things I've already seen before in other crowdfunded titles. So therefore the art gets a 70 out of 100. So overall, still a good score. The final verdict is an 80 out of 100. So yeah, like I said, Ron Fortier absolutely nailed the writing on this script. This issue, it's fast paced, and the way he ended it with a cliffhanger and yeah, with a bang, is a good way to, yeah, set the tone and finish the issue before getting into the next one. And that's about it. So if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to, not because you have to, and if you read this issue, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's keep this discussion going, as long as you keep it civil. If you'd like to see what I created with my hardworking friend, Gerald Warrior issue 2 Ascension is now available on Global Comics in both the vertical scrolling and the traditional webcomic format. And you can get the print ready PDFs on both Global Comics and Gumroad, including the CBR file. Issue 1 is being reworked, and we're currently in the storyboarding phase, the sketching phase, so I like to call it, because the original first issue didn't quite meet my expectation that I originally had with my webcomic. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I drink my last sip of tea. I see you guys on the next video. And girls, of course. Ciao matane.